Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Check it out. It's not pitch black outside. Oh my gosh, we get to do a video at just a few minutes after 4 o'clock on a Friday. It is Friday, September 2nd. You know, last night, Illinois, I decided just to geek out and go to the Illinois State Police Department's website. Yes, that's the life I live. And I really figured that the last couple of videos where I told you guys, hey, you just need to knock this crap off, quit registering your firearms late, would have been enough. But it appears that there's still a few of you that have not gotten the memo. But in addition to that, we'll talk about that in a moment. A lot of you started raising questions about the legitimacy of these numbers in general. I started looking into some of your concerns. I think you may be onto something. I may have absolutely unreliable numbers that I've done all of the videos on based upon how your state is calculating things and or not calculating things. We'll explain that as well. So today, let's slow it all down and let's talk about why the compliance rate in Illinois is likely far lower. Okay, Illinois, here's what we're talking about. Last night, sitting on the couch, going through my tablet, decided, hey, let's go check out the Illinois State Police Department's website, see if anyone was foolish enough to continue to register your firearm after the deadline. And as we have explained time and time again, this is free legal advice. Don't do that. Why? Because if ever there's going to be a confiscation effort, if ever there's a category of individuals who are going to have their firearms confiscated, it will be the individuals who actually assisted in the investigation by providing the state of Illinois with all of the information about what you have, where it's located, and why it is unlawful. So knock it off. Now, to show you that most of you have gotten the memo, but not all of you, if we go back and we take a look at our last video, this video right here, the data was updated as of January 23rd. What we saw was this. We saw that there had been 6,074 individuals who had registered after the deadline for a total of 18,994 items. That broke down as 11,513 firearms, 7,392 accessories, and 99 ammunition disclosures. And I hoped and I figured that that would be the final numbers. Those numbers would never, ever, ever change again, right? Wrong. There has been some addition to that. Now I'm going to go ahead and share with you the differences so you can see what's going on. So now we have 6,292 individuals who have registered after the deadline, which is an increase of 218 since our last video. There's now been a total of 19,361 items which have been disclosed after the deadline, which is an increase of 367 since our last video. The items break down as 11,802 firearms, an increase of 289 from previous videos. 7,459 accessories, which is an increase of 67, and now 100 ammunition disclosures, an increase of 1. So, yes, the rate of registration has slowed down significantly, but some of you, I assume, are still registering post-deadline. Again, this advice is free. Take it or leave it. Knock it off. Don't do it. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about, Illinois, and I'm going to need your help with this, is I get that you don't trust anything that comes from your state government. I wouldn't trust them either. But if you guys recall, through all the videos where we were trying to figure out what compliance rate is, we probably all know this number by heart. I don't have any notes in front of me, so I know this number by heart, which is 2,415,481. That's right, 2,415,481 is the number of FOID card holders supposedly in the state of Illinois. Shockingly, if you go back and you start looking at all the videos we did starting the first part of October all the way up till the calendar year, what was the number of FOID card holders in every single one of those videos? That's right. It was 2,415,481. And let us remember that that numerical value is how we started calculating some of the compliance rates. But you know what? If you go to Illinois State Police Department's website and you just happen to scroll right down here past the county by county breakdown, this is what you find. You see right here, you find these FOID processing statistics that amazingly has the number of FOID applications received and the number of FOID applications approved. And guess what? In October of 2023, they approved 15,081 new FOID cards. And in November of 2023, they approved 15,641 new FOID cards. And in December of 2023, they approved 15,210 new FOID cards. Which means you're talking about roughly 46,000 new FOID cards in the fourth quarter of 2003, the exact same time that you guys were all supposed to be registering these scary assault weapons. Now, you sit there and go, well, maybe they added all those, but then there was a bunch of cancellations and revocations and things like that. Wrong! Because if you go to the website, you can also see that they publish the statistics of a number of cards they've returned and or revoked. And you will see that in October 2023, they returned 822 FOID cards. And in November of 2023, they returned 645, and in December 2023, 612. Which means you're literally running approval to revocation at about a 30-to-1 ratio, which means that maybe as of October 1st, there might have been 2,415,481 FOID card holders in the state of Illinois. Those numbers clearly adjusted, and yet the state never, ever reported that adjusted data, which means that when we get into November and we get into December and we're trying to calculate compliance rate based upon the number of FOID card holders, the numbers that we use in all likelihood overestimated compliance rate. Now, finally, Illinois. First of all, thank you, all of you that came up and said hi to us during SHOT Show last week in Las Vegas. You guys were awesome. Many of you asked, am I in fact coming out to Illinois? Yes, we are. We're coming out there in May. It looks like we'll be out there the week of May 13th. And yes, I will publish our schedule so that you know exactly which FFLs we're going to be on what days, at what times. Please come on by and say hi. I will go ahead and link up all the data that I relied on for this video down below so that you can geek out on it for yourself. And then let's everyone remember that if you got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. If you don't, that's okay. That information is down there in the description box. And then finally, remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.